Ladies and gentlemen, come gather round, come gather round, come gather around. Today, we are going to take a look at my son's door latch on his 68 Pontiac Catalina. This is kind of already in progress because I didn't think it would be quite so involved. So here is the latch already removed from the car. The door did not open from the outside or the inside. There was a spring here. I found the parts in the bottom of the door. It was broken in the middle. I was able to position it, TIG weld it, dress it, clean it, and reattach it. Painted it, of course. And that just kind of resets the latch part. However, when you lock the door, the claw, the latching mechanism would come over and click closed into place. But when you pull the handle to undo it, and this little lever here is the inside door handle lever, it does not snap back to where it's supposed to go. You give it some force, it will unlatch, but it doesn't really do it automatically. Tells me inside here is yet another spring. So we're going to cut it apart, take this whole back cover off, try to find what's inside, and I don't know if I can fix it, but here we go. Let's go. Okay. I like unusual vehicles, and my son likes unusual vehicles. It's probably hereditary. And you can't get parts for this. If we were just logical and picked like Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle, Cuda, Chevy truck, with a Visa you can get parts for anything. But not a 68 Catalina. This is a U.S. car. I'm in Canada. This car never came to Canada. We had like Pontiac-ized Chevys up here. They were basically reskinned Chevys. So, anyways, my philosophy with a lot of things is it's broken. If I can fix it, I win. And if I can't fix it, well, it was broken. So I haven't really lost anything. So I have the potential to win. So we're scraping off all the goo that's all over this thing. It's a California car. I think it's in the ballpark of 25,000 original miles. The previous owner used to spray wax oil all over everything. I don't know what all this is. It might be 125,000 miles. Who knows? But I'm cleaning it up, hosing it down with lacquer thinner, and then we're going to cut it all apart. It looks like there's a variety of tabs that poke through a hole and then are swedged into place. I can't easily unswedge them, but I figure if I hit them with a zip disc or the edge of a cutting wheel, I can probably pop this thing apart. So we'll see. A note about safety equipment. I probably should be wearing leather gloves. I've cut myself significantly when I don't, but I'm taking a chance, and taking chances are how you get hurt. If you're wearing eye protection, goggles, at least if it goes wrong, you can still see. With a face shield, if it goes wrong, you're still pretty. So choose however lucky you feel you are. Normally I wear a face shield. I think in this case I'm wearing just goggles. Because, I'm devilishly handsome. I could tone some of it down. So there are a variety of spots around here that I think I can nail. The one under the lever that I'm trying to get at somewhere, not that one. There is one that I ground down and flushed, but it didn't seem to do anything, so I didn't put it all back. A smart cookie would clean the mother-loving snot out of all of this, absolutely clean, because we're going to weld it back together if this works. And it's the more oil and grease you have on here, the less fun it is. I'm breaking my rules again. I'm using a screwdriver as a pry bar, but I'm just working these to see if I can pop them free without destroying much of the metal. And I think I had to hit a couple of them just a little bit more, but it worked out fairly good. First thing you want to do once you get this apart is take a picture of it, because if things go wrong, you drop it on the floor, the thing explodes, you're not going to know how it goes back together. So a little bit of a little photography goes a long way. Back in my day, we didn't have no photography. Well, you did. You'd have to fill up a roll of film and then go get it developed, and that takes a couple of days. And then you discover half of them had your thumb in the picture and the other half were out of focus. So we have it pretty good with this digital world. I used to just sketch things because I can draw and I can quickly whip up a picture, and then I know what it's supposed to look like. So there it is. That's the guts inside. And yes, indeed, there's the spring that kicks the latch open when you unsnap it. That should be one piece. Good luck finding these. All of this, I don't know. I don't know if you can get these parts anywhere. So there's the spring. And we got to figure out how to deal with it. Here's how we dealt with it, although I did not hit record right away. We went down to the local hobby store, which has various diameters of fairly thin wire. The existing spring is 0.043, might be 0.045. Pretty sure it's 0.043. And the local hobby store had 0.047. So I bought a length of that, and with a pair of pliers, started bending it into the shape that I want. Here, I'm going to bend this around a bolt, and I'm having an old man moment and can't exactly figure out which way am I clamping this, which way am I going to bend it, and eventually I'm going to get myself figured out, and we will wrap it around this bolt, trying to use the threads to get them equally spaced, and then I can carry on with the rest of the spring. You'll notice I just now went off and turned some 5/16 ready rod down to a slightly smaller diameter because I figured the 5/16 is just a little bit too big. 1/4 inch would be a little bit too small. The wire is springy, so you want to kind of wrap it around something that's about the right size. All the more reason why you should get a lathe. Everybody needs a lathe. This appeared to be 5 wraps around whatever they wrapped it around, and so I'm going for 5 there. I didn't quite get it as tight enough wrap as I wanted. My bad. But it all gets squished together, welded back together, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So making it look the same, and then carefully trying to bend the wee end. And the wee short leg goes through the latching claw thing by itself, and then the big long end goes off to the side to help snap the thing back up. These are Canadian Tire needle nose pliers that I bought when I was about 12, and they've been amazing needle nose pliers. I've had them ever since, and I am far, far removed from 12. But boy, these have been a nice pair of needle nose pliers, and I don't know when they stopped making them, but you cannot get them anymore. It does seem a little bit fatter than before, and I think it's because it's a slightly larger diameter wire than originally. Like an 0.47 to an 0.43, you're looking at 5 thousandths times 5. That's 25 thousandths. That's a fair bit thicker. It's going to fit. So here it is, all kind of snapped together. And I did put a file on the original spring in there, and I was able to scratch it down with a file, so it's clearly not hardened steel. Because the wire's a little bit fatter, I'm just scraping out whatever goo is in here. Hopefully it'll sit down low enough. Get her into place, bend it over, snap it into place, and just try to make sure it shoves down far enough. I think it's good. So trial fit. Put everything back together. Gentle persuader helps snap things into place. And here I am second guessing where I did grind the head off of something, but nothing popped out. So there's nothing to pop in. So I think I'm fooling myself. Now you don't get the pleasure of the discussion that went on while I was doing this, but it was my son's car, and he's never done anything like this before, and honestly neither have I. So I had him watching, and I'm talking through how I'm going about learning how to do this and figuring out what went wrong and how can I fix it and what is my approach, just to talk it through and help him see what I'm doing. At the end, I asked if he had any questions or comments, and he asked why or how I chose the type of welding that I chose. This is TIG welding, but I'm using silicon bronze. It's like bronze welding, silicon bronze filler. And I chose this because TIG welding can be a lot more pinpoint accurate, and the silicon bronze melts at a little bit lower temperature, so I figured it would be gentler on whatever I'm doing to put this all together. That was my reasoning anyways. You could use regular TIG and just hit it a few spots. You could use MIG welding. I chose silicon bronze TIG. It's also pretty smoky because I did not clean all of the oil off. I just cleaned where the weld was going to go. It will work just fine. It's a door latch. It's not like a hamburger grill or anything, or a pacemaker. So a little bit smoky, but I hit up all those spots and called her good. So let's put it to the test and see if it actually works. We put a bolt in there, we close the door, it latches. Okay, cool, seems to be secure. I push the outside door opener upinator, it unlatches. Let's snap it back in again. What about the inside of the door? That's this lever. Give it a tug. I don't have my leverage. That seems to work. Okay. Let's latch the door again. It snaps into place. Let's lock the door with this guy being pushed down. And now the outside button does not let me in. Good. And the inside lever does not let me in. All right. Now I can unlock it. And the inside lever. Come on, tug. Let's do the... I don't know what I'm doing. Inside lever. Unlocks it. Perfect. Looks like it is a working deal. So there we are. It's got a bit of a spring to it now, which it didn't have before. I know it's supposed to, but we fixed it. We have a spring in there. And since this is not a welded spring like the upper one, it's probably going to last a fairly long time. And if it doesn't, I've got another like 3 feet of .047. We can make a new one. But there it is. Now I get my son to put it back into his car, get it all dolled up, and now he's got a door latch. It'll work just fine. Whether this works on your vehicle or not kind of depends on what you get yourself into. Whatever you do, take a video of it, post it, put it up to your YouTube channel, and be rich. For this one, I'm hosing the snot out of it with penetrating oil to make sure it stays happy. So you can never have too much oil in there. So we're gooping the bugger nutting snot out of it. At any rate, this might help you with your unobtanium parts for your door latch. As always, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you again. Probably when we do the other side. All right, take care.